Good morning, students. Today we are going to having our focus on the Tarabai Shinde and Sultana's dream. Understand? Now, first of all, as in our previous class I had mentioned about the how the Raja Ram Mohan Rai and Mahadev Govind Ranade or a Mahadev Govind Ranade or Jyotiba Phule. These all the thinkers and socio-religious philosophers, they made their efforts for the just for efforts for achieving or securing the rights of the women in our Indian society. Now we know that for the centuries, the women had been now categorized and they had been deprived of the all kind of the rights by our Shastra and Dharma Sutras, which now speaks a lot about the deprivations of the women. And now, according to that, the women for the centuries, they have been deprived of their ancestral property. They had been deprived from the other activities, or even they had been prohibited for the touching the text and the studying the scriptures. They have been like the Sudras. They had been categorized, and moreover, their conditions, which were the very freedom condition of freedom in the Rig Vedic period, and those conditions were completely as the by the passage of the time or by the trends at the time past, their conditions became conditions deteriorated. Their conditions deteriorated, and they have been subject to live under the confinement of the four walls. Understand? And they were, and moreover, they have been the division of the work have been made or the articulated on the basis of the on the basis of the biology, on the basis of the biological differences. Now their work have been also divided, although there was no differences apart from biological differences in the respect of the quality, in respect of the strength, in respect of the other matters. The women were not too behind than the men. But even then, our conservative, our social institutions have now confined them under the deprived them all sorts of their rights. So now we know that in the beginning of the 19th century, understand? So then our a chain of a galaxy of the reformers, they now they initiated, they took the initiations, they now made their efforts to eradicate this kind of the to root out this kind of the dogmatic system, this kind of the trauma of the our society. They tried. So now in this another day we have studied he now he had now made the very much efforts, and the Ranade and Ram Mohan Rai belong to one kind of the 19th century upper caste middle class. I have already mentioned that Mahadev Govind Ranade or the Raja Ram Mohan Rai belong to the upper caste Hindu. Understand? And the Jyotiba Phule, he now, particularly, he now came from the social background of the, and his caste was now particularly he struck upon the caste system, gender discrimination, or he belonged to the lower caste also. He belonged to the one of the sorry lower caste. Also, he founded the Satya Sudhak Samaj. It was the one of the remarkable efforts by the Satyasodhak Samaj, with its primary emphasis on the truth seeking. Satyasodhak Samaj means the seeking and finding out the facts. Finding out the facts, and Fule's first practical social reform reform efforts were to add the two groups considered lowest in the traditional Brahmin culture. Now he wanted the eradication of the two groups which had been the suppressed under the Brahminical tradition, the conservative Brahminical tradition. Now, women and the untouchables, the two upon the two just a part or this 2 points he had now focused upon. Fule's uh, Mahatma Phule has the focused on the two things: women, gender issue, and as well as the caste issue. Upon that, and as in case of other reformers, now here we should uh, come towards the modern Western ideas or as well as sacred text to characterize the Sir Sayyid. Let's come to the Muslim society. Now it was the Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan who now made the effort in the bringing about the reforms in the Muslim society. Okay, he wanted to bring the efforts in the Muslim society. Muslim society, uh, he wanted to bring about the efforts in the Muslim society. First, the Muslim society, what the efforts he made? Muslim society, he wanted the girls to be educated. First thing, he wanted to improvise or they promote the girls' education amongst the Muslim society. And moreover, but within the pre- precincts precincts of their homes. Now, but the girls should be the given or imparted the education, but under the walls, under the precincts of the home and the house. This was his understanding homes, or like the Dayanand Saraswati, who belonged to the Arya Samaja, he stood for women's education but sought for the curriculum. They wanted to improvise the women's education, Dayanand Saraswati and Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. But they laid down, they now prescribed the curriculum for the study, a very, we can say, a prescription was now intended to having the only the educations of their households, not beyond that. No scientific education, no the open education. But in their curriculum, the first day that included now instruction in religious principles. This was the philosophical. Now they should be the given the education about the principles of religion first. In the women's, what the women should be studied, what they should study, these prescriptions was and the curriculum was now drawn for the women, particularly exclusively for women. The first was that the first was religious principles. Second, training in art of the housekeeping, art of religious teaching, principles of religion, and how just training about the keeping the house well, art of keeping the house, household things. This was the included in their curriculum of the study. And secondly, they had been the and moreover and the handicraft artifacts and the handicraft education, and moreover the rearing of the children. And apart from that, they were now they have to study about the rearing, the how to rear the children, how to just how to manage the children. This was under their study, or this may appear very stereotype today. If we will, for example, take the example, if we shall give this educational system presented before you, now what do you feel? What the girls feel, and the boys also, what they will feel? This is not a stereotype education system. Now the only certain things, religion, bringing up the children, or art of housekeeping, or handicraft something. This was the not much, and this was not modern education. This was only a selective and confined education to be given to the women. It was only a nominal education to be given to them. This may be the not a part of the open education. Now this was the stereotype educational system, and prescription was introduced by them, and one has however realized that one's rights such as education for women were accepted. It started a process that finally made the impossible to the confined women to only some kinds of education. And this was what? This was only a certain kind of educations that helped in their confinement in the house. Help in their confinement in their houses and homes. Understand? The moreover, it is the often assumed that social reform for women's rights was entirely fought for the male reformers, and the ideas of the women's equality are alien imports. Now it is seems that now in the beginning the for the women's for their rights, the male reformers now fought for that, and they did not now plead didn't plead and the advocate for their open education. And now here reformer and the ideas of women's equality are alien imports, and it seems that the ideas of women's equality was alien imports, means it had been the imported from the west and from the western country. This was, and even then we see that imports to learn how to wrong both these assumptions are. Read the following extracts from the two books written by now here how these notions were wrong. These two ideas about the curriculum introduced by the Sir Syed Ahmad Khan and Ahmad Khan, how these were the wrongs, because two here Stri Purush Tulna written. Stri Purush Tulna was written by the Tarabai Sinde. It was in 1882. A Maharashtrian woman who had written this, and the Sultana's Dream, written in 1905. 1882, 19 Sultana's Dream. It had been written in 1905. Tarabai Sinde now written the Stri Purush Tulna in 1882. So these two women now wrote the about this about the a stereotype curriculum or the education system was given to that men. How the stereotype was: first Stri Purush Tulna, a comparison of the men have been the made the women, was written by the Maharashtrian housewife Tarabai Sinde as as a protest against the double standard of a male dominated society. The male dominated society was what? A double standard male dominated society. Now the in the she revealed clearly in the Stri Purush Tulna in this writings that how the male society is the now adopting a double standard uh, in terms of the female or the male, in terms of what she reveals that now as a protest against the double standard, a young Brahman here she had given the one of the instances very strong argument and started which now capture the attentions of the hundreds of the thinkers and thousands of the thinkers say his argument now captured the attention. The first day, now she said how she reveals this fact. A young Brahmin's widow had been now sentenced to death by the court. Why? Why she was given? Now for killing her newborn baby. Killing her. A Brahmin's widow kills her newborn baby. Understand? And now because it was the illegitimate. It was illegitimate baby, and that's why. But no efforts had been made to identify. She was now uh, for that committing crime. She was sentenced to death. This is clear. But it was never found, or they never made the efforts that about that, but no efforts had been made to identify or punish the man who had fathered the baby. He was the equally responsible, that person was. Understand? And he's understand. But one sided, only the woman, the widow, was sentenced to death, and the person who had fathered the baby was now not discovered. No efforts was made. Nothing was now actions was taken. So this is the she reveals in the, and further Istri Purush Tulna created quite a stir. This created a very stir, or a surprising, or a, when it was published, this created a great stir among the thinkers and compelled them to think regarding this, how one-sided punishment was awarded and the sentence to death was awarded by the court. No action was taken against the person who fathered the baby, and she was one-sided. So now in the Istri Purustulna, she had Begum Rukaya Shakhawat Hossain was born in a well-to-do Bengali family. Begum Begum Rukaya Shekhawat, or now a Bengali Muslim, she was belonged to that, and was very much lucky have the husbands who was a very liberal outlook. She was the much the of a lucky that the husbands was very liberal, and all kind of the just she was much encouraged by her husbands for the further study or the now educations, the first in Urdu or later in Bengali or the English. So because of her husband's generosity or the liberal attitudes, she got the education in Bengali. She learned Bengali and the Urdu, and as well as the English also. So we see that now she was already a successful author in Urdu. She became successful author, and the Bengali, when she wrote the Sultana's Dream. The title of his book is the Sultana's Dream. To test her ability is the English. She now wrote this and composed it. And this remarkable short story, probably earliest example of the now science fiction writing in India. Earliest example, and among the first by women author anywhere in the world. This fiction was written any woman all over the world. In her dream, what she now represents in her dream, in the dream, what she represents, what she now say is Sultana now visits in these writings, in these books. Understand, as a character, Sultana visits a magical country, very magical country. What the magic was there? Magical country where the genders roles are reversed. Gender roles was completely reversed. Men means that the men were doing the women's work and women were doing the men's work. It was a completely capsized. Understand? Or further, what she saw there, men are conflicting, confined to the home, and observe Parda, where the in her Sultana's dream, men were now confined in households, and they were observing the parda. They were in parda, and while the women are the busy scientists vying with each other in inventing the devices, and women are much shown in this book, much busy in the investigations, scientific investigations, and now devices, and will control the client. What kind of the devices they are trying for? How the clouds will be the control, rains would be the control, and machines that fly the air cars. In that work, the women are involved. They are the engaged there, engaged. Apart from the earliest feminist vision, there were a large number of the women's organization rose both at all India and the local levels. 20th century then began to participate. So these dreams, see what she wanted to speculate. She had now opened the eyes of the males. Understand? She now represented this scenario, and tried to now the women to come into the outer field. And men, why the men could not and can't do the works inside the households? This things, or this division and partition, she was the now she was wanting to show us. And moreover, and many the movements were going on in the, and women began to participate in the national movement as the national movement. But the Congress was very confined for that, because in the beginning the women were not had the no room in the Congress. But Annie Besant, as she became the first lady, become the Congress president. Then Sarojini Naidu, she became. Third was the Nalini Sen Gupta. She became the. So the women were now coming out in the public life, public and joining that. So the first time even the Congress was taking very seriously the issues of the women's issues. We are bringing, or it was the being just being a provision of the Congress being included, into the agenda of the Congress. Now, so the in 1931 in the Karachi conference, the Congress session held in the Karachi, Indian National Congress, and issued the Declaration of the Fundamental Rights, where the fundamental rights, which was to be the observed and the was to be the followed by the Indians, was now introduced, or the citizens' right, and committed the women's equality. And in these fundamental rights, the Congress now expressed its commitment for about the bringing bringing the about the equality in the forthcoming constitutions. Now, what the has been the declared here? The first, in the Congress, all the citizens first in the declaration of the Congress. It was the declared in the Karachi Congress that the all the women all the women first citizen about the citizens are equal before the law, because nobody is beyond the law. Everyone is equal before the law. This was declared by the Congress. And second was the irrespective of the religion, caste, and the creed, everyone was equal before the law, irrespective of caste, creed, and the language. Moreover, second, the no disability now attached to any citizen. No disability will be attached to the any citizen by reason by the reason of his her religion, means on the basis of the by the reason of the religion or the caste or the creed or the sex. Here we have to be the see the sex, means that on the basis of the male or female, no any differences will be the made here on the basis of the caste creed. And moreover, in regard to the public employment, means the in the public employment, in the jobs conditions, all will be the understand, there will be the no discrimination at all. And moreover, an office of the power and the honor. In all offices, the women will be the given equal rights in the power and the exercise, the trade, now the exercise, the trade, commerce in all fields. Women will be the given the equal rights. Understand? This was the declared in the Karachi. The next, the more important factors was now declared there the franchise shall be on the basis of universal adult suffrage. Franchise will be the on the basis of universal suffrage. Franchise will be the basis of the shall be on the universal adult suffrage. It means that he whosoever, whether the male or the female, it does not matter. All whosoever would have attained the age of 18, yeah, whatever the government or the election commission fixes, understand, on that basis they will be the given the equal right to the vote, a universality. It was no caste, no creed, and no religion, no sex, anything, no matter, all will be the given the equal rights. Moreover here, next was that women shall have the right to vote or to represent any right hold the public offices. They have the right to the vote. They can hold any public house, public positions, and the moreover, the 2 decades after the independence, women's issues rearranged in the 1970s. Again, the women's issues. Now, even then, after the declaration, after the achievements of our independence, even the women's condition had not been improved. Not expected improvements have been made into the in the field of women's field, or their improvement and upliftments have not. The moreover, 70s, the women's issues re-emerged in 1970s. During these years and decades, a re-emergence of what the issues were. In the 19th century reforms movement, we have seen that in 19th century reforms movement, the emphasis had been on the now backward aspects of the traditions. Now in the 19th century, the chain of the or the movement started. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Dayanand Saraswati, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Mahadev Govind Ranade, or Jyotiba Rao Phule. The 19th century, these reformers, they had their emphasis particularly on the traditional aspects of traditions. Now they emphasized on the aspects of tradition, the which tradition had been the following for the centuries in our Indian society, and these aspects now included the sati system, and as well as the child marriage system or the ill treatment of widows in our society. These were the traditional issues that were the subject of the 19th century reformers and the issues of the 19th century. The moreover, we see that here 19th century reformers, this is a subject, and during the or in emphasizes was on modern issues. Some of the modern issues was emphasizes in the 1970s. What the modern issues were? The rape of women in police custody. This was the one subject. Second, the dowry murders, dowry deaths, and the third, the representations of women in the popular media, their regarding their representations, and these were the big issue, media and the gendered consequences of the unequal development, and these were the gender consequences of the unequal development. It means that a gender discrimination, these were the subject of the issues which were raised in the 1970s. These issues were raised by the philosophers and by the our thinkers. And in the 70s also, these issues were the major issues by the governments. Now here we see that they and the developing the law was a major site of the reforms in 1980s and after the especially when it was discovered many laws the concern to women had not been changed since the 19th century, and still the 80s the movement started for the upliftments of the women in the 80s. This 80s, still it was the observed by the reformers, by the feminists that since the 1900, 19, understand, since the 19th century, many of the laws which were still existing and those requires to be the outdated, requires to be deleted. So those were still being practiced in 80s. So in the 80s, and after special to the laws, concern to the women had not been the change since. So as we enter into the 20th century, new sides of gender injustice emerge. Now in the 20th century, gender injustice. The movement and by the women or by the feminist was the gender justice against the injustice, gender injustice. These movements now went on, and moreover, injustice was emerging. Or here we can see that the sharp fall in the child sex ratio. The present time, the issues what the sharp fall in the sex ratio. It means that the still or the implicit social bias against the girl. Still the sex ratio is falling. It means that still discrimination is being done in the male baby or the female baby. And the moreover sharp fall in the child's sex ratio, or now the girl's child is represents one of the new challenges in the gender inequality. The girl's child is being stereotyped, the sex ratio is falling. So these are the other one of the big issues in the 21st century. Still, lots of we know that in the representation in the parliament, they had no representation in the their representation in uh, the parliament or representation in the Vidhan Sabhas, understand, or the public places still and the women's reservation bill is still in hanging fire in the parliament. So these are the all issues and issues of the women's empowerment, understand, still these are the existing in society, or still the women have to be the fight ahead for their achieving their rights. Students, today I would like to finish this. Is the okay? You can understand later. We shall start our okay. Thank you.